Hi, hello there.
Hi, sir. Good afternoon.
Hi, good afternoon. Savinesh, is that you?
Yes.
Could you please switch on your cam? I can't see you. Okay, thank you very much. So, okay, Savinesh. Okay, good day to you. So, how are you feeling right now?
Yes, sir.
Savinesh, can you hear me? Can you hear
Um,
me?
uh, can you repeat it again?
No, how are you?
Yeah, I'm fine. Thank you.
You seems a little bit nervous. Are you?
No.
No, okay, that's good. Okay. So, Savinesh, you know what you're going to do, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, because later on you're going to choose one lucky number. Okay, so from the number that you're going to choose, there'll be a question, we will give it to you. It's going to be a question or statement, so anything, okay, regardless. And then you have your time to deliver, to express yourself based on whatever that you are going to choose later on. Okay, so and then I will hand over to you to Chief Muhammad Ezra. So he's the chief for this activity or this competition. Okay, so Savinesh, okay, you okay, yeah? So
Yes, I'm okay.
now
Yeah.
you can, I hand over to you to Puan Azalinda. Okay, just choose one number.
Okay, please choose one number, number 1 to 5. So what number you want?
One.
Number 1. Okay,
Okay.
the question is, uh, the term is patriotism, identity and citizenship. Okay, how rukun negara can instill the spirit of patriotism? Explain. Okay, again, how rukun negara can instill the spirit of patriotism. Explain.
Yes, I'm clear with that, ma'am. Shall I proceed?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. A very good afternoon and hi to my dear judges and my dear spectators. So today I'm Savinesh Rao, son of Ravi Kumar. I'm 16 and today I will given an interesting topic to be delivered to my dear honorable judges. First of all, before I started to emphasize my idea regarding this speech, I would like to ask two questions with you guys. Did y'all ever heard what is Rukun Nagara? And second thing, did y'all have learned what are the moral values that we could gain from the Rukun Nagara? For sure, most of the answers will be no. So let me to emphasize and explain you clearly what was the Rukun Negara actually. In my opinion, Rukun Negara is playing an important role to instill the value of patriotism in ourselves. Many of our students didn't realize that when we are pronouncing and we are reading the Rukun Tetangga, we could learn a lot of moral values indirectly, whereby we could apply it in our daily life. For instance, the first rukun negara, which sounds kepercayaan kepada Tuhan in Malay, whereby this rukun tetangga is clearly explaining about the the importance of us to take care and to give respect to the God. For me, this rukun tetangga is very important to be enlightened and keep on pronouncing by our students because it would instill the value of how we should respect to the God, and by this we also could learn how can we respect towards our citizens and how we could respect others. This is very important so that we could make our patriotism to be more unity and our country would be more harmony. Apart from that, I also think Rukun Negara is playing an important role to instill the value of patriotism by giving their by the second the second line of the Rukun Tetangga. It sounds kesetiaan kepada raja and negara, whereby this Rukun Tetangga is clearly explaining and clearly explaining to us that we should give our concern and we should help our king foremost. By helping our king, we could make our nation's movement and our country's politics to be more stabilized, and by this we could make our country to be harmony and to be peaceful. By this, we could make our patriotism between the citizens to grow well, and we could make our country more peaceful, and our country would be more happy. Thirdly, I also think that Rukun Tetangga is playing an important role to instill the value of patriotism by giving ideas for us on how we should follow the laws. For instance, the fourth Rukun Tetangga is explaining to us about the laws. By following all the law, rules, and regulations, we could make our country more proud. By this, it could make other citizens to make us as an example, and whereby on this we could make our country to be more relaxed and we could stop crimes. By this, the patriotism between the citizens would grow more oftenly and easily. In addition, I also think that Rukun Tetangga playing an important role to instill the value of importance to support and respect our country. This is because by following all the Rukun Tetangga and the principles that was highlighted on the Rukun Tetangga, we could get to know what was the Rukun Tetangga and we could apply it in our daily life. For example, one of the Rukun Tetangga is explaining about the importance of how we should protect and keep our country peacefully. For example, we shouldn't giving negative comments on social medias, and all of these things could make our country's development and peaceful would be in a problem. In a nutshell, I would like to say that we should follow all this rukun tetangga so that we could make our country more peaceful and we could make the patriotism between the citizens to grow more easily. Apart from that, I also would like to enlarge here that Rukun Tetangga is playing an important role for all the citizens so that they could follow what was in our law easily. It is because the Rukun Tetangga is actually an book for me, whereby it is explaining and it is clearly enlarging what was the role of a citizen in a country. By following all these rules and regulations, we can make our country to be peaceful, and we can, as I said previously, we can reduce the number of crimes. By this, our citizens could be interact with others easily, and the understanding with each of our citizens would grow easily. By this, we could instill the value of patriotism in each one of them, and this value of patriotism is playing an important role in each one of us because the value of patriotism would make our country grow more easily, and we could find the increasement on economy for most. I also think we should follow all this Rukun Tetangga, not because to the patriotism only, but we have to follow this Rukun Tetangga so that we could make ourselves more correct, and we could be a citizen who are following all the rules, regulations. We are giving respects for the ministers, our king, and our citizens foremost. I think based on all this, Rukun Tetangga is an important is an important principle for us to be obtained in our daily life so that we could increase the value of patriotism in each one of us. And yes, for those who are having the value of patriotism, they could spread it to others. By this, indirectly, our country could grow more efficiently, and I think the value of patriotism can instill easily. By this, we could make our country to grow easily and our citizens would be more united. That's all from me. Thank you.
Thank you,
Okay.
Savinesh. Okay, one question from me. Savinesh,
Yes, sir.
yeah, I have one question for you. You did mention one point that is following the laws. So regarding of our current statement of COVID-19 nowadays, how far do you think Malaysian following the laws that occurred today? What is your opinion?
Okay, in my opinion, I think that following the laws during this pandemic is something that keep on happening, because for instance our citizens keep on wearing masks. We are following all the SOPs and all those which was highlighted by the government for us. So I think by following all the SOPs, the rules, regulations, and of course safety precautions that was suggested by our ministry, I think we are following this law perfectly and correctly. That's all my opinion, sir. Thank you.
Savinish?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you for your explanation, sharing with us just now. But I just want to remind you something, that just now you keep on repeating the word rukun tetangga instead of rukun negara, which I know that is a slip of the tongue. Okay. But it's
It's
okay.
okay.
Maybe you're a bit nervous, so never mind. But so far you have done a good job. You have delivered your content very well, and you shared it with us. So I think, judges, if you don't have anything else, that we might going to proceed to the next contestant.
Yeah.
Okay. So Sabinish,
Yes.
thank you very much. We're going to see you
Thank you.
in the next round. Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir, and sorry for my mistake just now.
No, it's okay. It's not your mistake. It's
No
just a normal
problem.
thing.
Don't
Okay.
worry about it.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay,
Thank you.
thank you.
Welcome. Assalamualaikum.
Waalaikumsalam. Can you
Okay,
hear my
Christina.
voice?
Yeah, I can hear you clearly, crystal clear. So how are you today, Christina?
I'm doing great. Thank you for asking.
Okay, thank you. Okay. So are you ready?
Yes, I'm ready.
Okay. So now I'm going to hand over this session to Puan Azalinda. So Puan Azalinda will let you know what you're supposed to do. Okay, all the best and good luck to you. Okay?
Thank you.
Okay. Puan Azalinda, your mic is off.
Okay, Christina, we have 4 number. Okay, we start from question number 2 and question number 2, 3, 4, and 5. Can you choose any number do you want? Christina? Number 3, okay.
Number 3.
Okay. Okay, question number 3 is term unity. Okay, question number 3 is term unity. Bahasa Melayu or Malay language. Bahasa Melayu or Malay language is our language friends and is key and instant to encouraging that our unity as nation prevails. Do wish extend this statement into elaborate.
Okay. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Language can be classified into 4 categories: cognitive, related to learners' intellectual development; instrumental, related to users of language for material purposes; and integrative, related to group membership; and also cultural, related to cultural appreciation and understanding. And national language is a clear indicator that represents the national identity of a country. It is also a part of nation's or a person's heritage. To understand and penetrate deep into a community, one must be able to understand and to speak the language of the community. And fluency in the national language will enable the person to fully understand the community's particular nuances and cultural aspects. And in our country, the majority population uses the Malay language, which we know as Bahasa Malaysia. Uh, it is our lingua franca and also the link language, which is systematically used between people who do not share the same native language or dialect. And lingua francas have been evolved throughout the human history over the year, and either for commercial reasons or for religious and cultural convenience. In the case of Malaysia, Bahasa Melayu or Bahasa Malaysia is our lingua franca and is key and integral to ensure our unity as Malaysian prevails. Over 90% of casual communication is in our country is done in Malay. Whether it is poorly spoken, pidginized Malay or otherwise, it has become a common language for all and sundry in social interactions. In fact, The majority of Malaysians can understand spoken Malay better than English. Back then, when there were many immigrants that had chosen to settle down in Malaya, they had also brought with them their own distinct language. And if these immigrants were not integrated into the system, it might it could there would be a lot of disharmonies due to the lack of communications, common languages in communication. And at the point of independence, the leaders had predict that the key to create unity among the diverse people of Malaysia was through a common language use, thus making Bahasa Melayu the national language. And as the citizens of a country, we have to have a sense of patriotism. And in our local scene, we are now given the opportunity to listen to non-Malay ministers on TV, expressing themselves or expressing themselves in fluent Malay uh, in parliament or when making press statements. They have made Malaysians really proud. They have shown to us that they can they are the people who can articulate proficiently in our national language. And let's take Kelantan for example. The Chinese, Thais, and Indians at all levels are able to speak Malay fluently. To conclude, it is obvious and it is true that Bahasa Melayu is the key and integral to ensuring that our unity as Malaysian prevails. That's all for me. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, Christina. Okay, thank you very much for your point of view just now. So, judges, is it okay if I ask a question to Christina?
Yes, please.
Okay, thank you. Okay, Christina, I would like to ask you one question. Okay, now let's say if you have been offered to study abroad, let's say for example in Cambridge or in Oxford University in London. Okay, so how are you going to promote Bahasa Melayu among the students, among the international students over there?
I'm sorry, can you repeat your question?
Okay, let's say if you have been offered to study abroad, like in an international university, like in Cambridge or Oxford, in United Kingdom, so how are you going to promote Bahasa Melayu among the international students over there?
Okay. And if I were meant in to be abroad, and how am I gonna uh, introduce Bahasa Malaysia to my international friends? Well, right now, from my point of view, I can see that we have YouTube and everything, and people on YouTube, they are, especially Malaysians that are now studying abroad, they made like these type of videos where they challenge themselves with their international friends to speak Malay. And I think this is a great way to introduce our language to our international friends. By making challenges and try just for the whole day to speak Bahasa Melayu, Bahasa Malaysia. Yeah.
Is that all?
Yeah, I
Okay.
think that's all from me.
Okay, well done. Thank you very much.
Okay, Assalamualaikum, Nodiana.
Yes, Waalaikumsalam.
Okay. How are you today?
I'm fine, thank you.
Okay. What is your feeling right now? Are you nervous?
Yes, I'm feeling kind of nervous since this morning.
This morning. Okay.
You don't have to be nervous.
Yes.
It's
All right,
okay. It's okay.
Okay, Nodiana, shall we start?
Yes.
Ready?
Yeah.
Okay, here we have three judges. Okay, I will introduce them to you first. We have Mr. Ezra, Mr. Isam, and also Madam Fatina. Okay. Okay. So
Yes.
okay, I will give you three numbers. I would like you to make a wise choice between number 2, 4, and 5. Which one would you choose?
Number 4.
Number 4. Okay. The question number 4 is about science, technology, and innovation. Are you ready, Diana?
Yes.
Ready. Okay. The question is: investment in science, technology, and innovation is essential for economic development and social progress. Can you name any technological device or innovation that helps mankind in the previous year? Explain. Alright, I will repeat. Investment in science, technology, and innovation is essential for economic development and social progress. Can you name any technological device or innovation that helps mankind in the previous year? Explain. Okay, Diana, you shall start.
First of all, hi and good evening to everyone. So, one of the simple technological device that I can think of is the phone, which is one kind of a communication device which is very popular nowadays. So this phone is very useful and have been helping the mankind throughout the previous years, starting from it evolved from Alexander Graham Bell's first phone in 1876 and the first handphone in 1976. So this technology has been helping in many ways. There are many things we can do with phones, such as we can stay connected with our loved ones, especially in during the lockdown right now. This technology is very important. And other than that, we can also be friends with other people with the same interests as us throughout every part of the world. And other than that, the phone also help in business and economy matter. For example, we can see that when business sort of company, they want to hold a partnership, they can just meet through the technology device, and they can also this allow the company to integrate a two-way relationship with their client and getting their feedback in a more efficient and simple way. Other than that, as we know now, it's hard to go outside, and with this device, it helps us in economy matters too, such as for people who wants to start small business, they can use the platform online to promote their things and gather income with that way. And there's also, if we want to make payment at the bank, we can just make it online instead of going out to the bank to transfer money or pay bills. This device is also helpful in the medical field, since you can see now we have MySejahtera for us to set our appointment for vaccination, and this is really helpful nowadays since we can go out and avoid the risk of spread of the COVID-19. This Other than that, this technological device also helps students, especially now, since there are so many. It's so hard to search information through the old school way by going to the library and asking teachers. So students nowadays tend to search information online, and they can do their assignments more easily and smoothly. I think, and this phone is also very helpful for us if we want to buy our essential needs such as food and clothes and basic needs like that. And we don't need to go shopping outside at the supermarket or mall. I think that's all from me. Thank you.
Okay, Diana, be ready because we are opening any questions from the judges.
Judges, any questions?
Mr. Sham?
Tun, any question?
Okay,
Okay,
I
we
have a question. I have a question for Nodiana. Okay, you can hear me, eh?
Yes.
Okay, my question.
Yes, I can hear.
In one of your speech, in one of your statement, you're saying that the phone is very useful to stay connected. So how
Yes.
you want to overcome a matter of problem such as no phones, especially the one for elderly people, they cannot know or how to use the phone. So how can you overcome, or maybe can you suggest me anything to solve this matter?
Oh, okay. Thank you. Um, for the one who didn't have the technology, or for the elderly who didn't know how to use the phone, I I highly recommend for the government to provide them with phones to keep them stay connected. And other than that, there's also we can also put public phone in the area, so that the elderly will know how to use it, since it's very simple. And we can also held a volunteer program to teach the elderly how to use the phone and the technology, so that we can keep connected to them and ensure the safety nowadays.
Okay,
That's
is
all.
that all, Nodiana?
Yes, that's all.
Okay, thank you so much for for the answers. That's all for Pastura.
Alright, okay, thank you, Mr. Ezra. Okay, Nodiana, we will call you up later for the group session. So by now you can leave the GM. Thank you.
Thank you
Thank you,
very much.
Nodiana. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, Assalamualaikum, Hartini.
Waalaikumsalam.
Okay, how are you?
Better than some, but not as good as others. But so far so
Better
good.
than?
Better than some, but not as good as others.
Okay.
Just take it easy. Hartini, can
Okay.
you please lower your camera? We can't see your full face.
Yes,
Is it
lower
okay?
lower your
Lower a little
lower
bit
your
the
camera.
camera. Yeah, thank you very much.
Okay, that's nice. Okay.
Oh,
Okay,
wait.
Hartini.
I'm sorry, I'm using the tripod. I can adjust it.
Okay, it's
Okay,
okay. Take
okay,
your time. Take your
Uh,
time.
okay.
okay. Is that okay
Right.
now?
Yeah,
All right.
okay. Okay, ready, Hartini? Are we good to go?
Okay. Yes.
Okay, Hartini, before we proceed, okay, we have three judges right in front of you, as you can see on the screen. Okay, we have Mr. Ezra, Mr. Isham, and also Madam Tunuro Fatina. And also we have two PPD officers here, as you can see. All right, okay. Hartini, ready?
Uh, yes.
Ready, okay. Alright, Hartini, there's only two numbers left. Okay, the numbers are number 2 and number 5. Okay, make a wise choice. Which one would you like to choose?
Number 2 and number 5. Mm,
So you choose number 5, right?
I choose number 5.
Okay, good. Okay, number 5. The question is about family institution. Okay, it is about family institution. The question is, can children be raised by a single parent? Yes or no? Justify your answer. Okay, I will repeat. Can children be raised by a single parent? Yes or no? Justify your answer. Yartini, you may start now.
Um, to answer yes or no, I think children can be raised by a single parent. This is because it doesn't matter even though you raised by single parents or you be raised by both of your parents. Being raised by single parents can also be as happy and have a mentally healthy, even though you be raised by a single parent. And also, I think children be raised by a single parent tend to be more independent, be more understanding towards their siblings, towards their parents, whether the single mother or the single father. And then I think they tend to be more successful. Why they tend to be more successful? Because if you be raised by a single parent, you tend to work harder to achieve what you want. And second, I think one children can be raised by a single parent because single parents more likely to concern more about their children. You cannot say that, if that children is being raised by both of their parents, she or he must be very happy. No, maybe he or she is being raised by both of his or her parents, but still maybe their parents is busy with their career and so on. But if you being raised by a single parent, your single parents tend to be more concerned about you, because that single mother or single father, if she is a single mother, she will think, oh, okay, it's me, the father, and I'm the mother, so I have to take care, and I have a main role in this family. So whatever it is, I have to take care of my children on my own. I have to raise them. So, and then single parents have their own skill to raise their children. Okay, why I thought like this? Because actually I also being raised by a single mother, so I know how it feels. My mother worked so hard to raise me, and it teach me that, okay, if I'm being raised by a single mother, I know my mother is so strong, so that in future I will be like her. Not as a single mother, but I want to be strong like her. It make the children be more powerful, more strength to survive in the future. That's all for me. Thank you.
Okay, Hartini. The session gets emotional by your point just now. Okay, Hartini. We are opening the
yes.
session for the judges to ask you some random questions. So
Okay.
be ready. Okay.
Hartini, how are you doing now?
I'm doing good.
Yeah, good. I can see that you're a very strong person, yeah? Even though you're being
Yeah.
raised by a single parent like your mother. So you should be proud of your mother. You should be proud of yourself too, because she has brought you until to this limit, okay? So now my question would be similar to the question that I already gave you. Now I give you two situations, okay? The first one, you were born in a wealthy family, okay? You have limo, you have Prada, you have Louis Vuitton bag, you have Gucci, whatsoever. But your parents do not bother about what are you doing. They can't be bothered. They just leave you all with this wealthy to you. Okay? And the other situation would be, you come from a poor family. You can't afford to buy things that you want. You just can't afford it. But your parents are so caring towards you. They are so well responsible towards you. Okay, even though you can't afford to buy this and buy that, but your parents is there with you all 24 hours for you, and they're concerned about you, compared to the first situation where the parents can't be bothered because they know they'll give you all the luxurious things towards you and they can't be bothered about it. So now in this situation, which situation that you choose and why? Just a very simple and brief explanation. Okay, thank you.
Okay, so my answer is, of course, I will choose to live with that poor family, because for me, family is everything. Even though you have that luxury, you have your Prada bag, your Bonia bag, but that doesn't make you feel happy. So what's the point having those luxury things, but you don't be so happy with your life? That's it. Thank you.
Wow, well done. Thank you. Okay, Parmas. Thank you very much.
Okay, Nur Hartini,
Okay.
well done. Congratulations. Stay strong, yeah? Stay strong.
Okay,
Yeah,
send
sorry to
our
hear that.
regards to your mom.
Okay, thank
Okay, be
you.
strong. Okay.
Okay, Hartini, we will call you up again for the next session. Alright, so be ready and by now you can leave the GM.
Thank
See you
you.
later.
Okay.
Hello,
Have a nice
Krishna.
day.
How do I address you?
Krishna. Krishna
Krishna.
Priya.
Krishna. Can I call you Krishna?
Yes, can.
Okay, good. Okay, Krishna, how are you today?
Fine. Thank
Okay,
you.
have you had your lunch?
Yes, I did.
What do you had just now?
Udang.
Wow, great.
Quite
because
something.
I, because I did I haven't had my lunch yet. I haven't had my lunch yet. That's why I'm asking.
Oh,
It's so nice of
Okay.
you wearing a school uniform. That's good.
Yes.
Such a dedicated student.
Yeah.
Center
Okay, good.
the camera.
Okay. Can you lower down your camera because we can't see
Yeah,
you
fully.
a little bit more, Krishna. I guess.
Just lower it a little bit.
Or maybe make it a
Hi,
little
hi.
bit high. Yes. Okay,
Yeah.
good.
Okay,
All
that's
right.
better.
Okay,
Okay.
good.
Now we can see you clearly. Okay, Krishna.
okay.
All right. Shall we start? Are we good to go?
Yes.
Ready?
Yeah.
Okay, Krishna. Sadly to say, there is only one number left. Okay, you have no choice but only to answer question number 2. Are you good?
Yes.
Okay, all right. Krishna, question number 2 is on social issues. The question is high rate of unemployment among graduates, how to overcome it. Okay, I repeat, high rate of unemployment among graduates, how to overcome it. Okay, Krishna, you shall start now.
The issue of unemployment among graduates have been intensifying as years pass by, and the introduction of this COVID-19 pandemic has done nothing good but to worsen the situation. As many people have started to lose their jobs and do graduates. Therefore, instant measures to overcome this issue have to be taken, and government definitely plays a major role in doing so. Governments can organize skill courses concerning technical skills, digital skills, or soft skills. This is because most of the companies nowadays they are seeking for employees that are highly equipped with all the fundamental skills so that they can survive in the highly competitive job market. Knowing basic knowledge about the companies that they're about to work in and not having any other fundamental skills to survive in it is not going to bring any value to the company that they're working in. So these skill courses can brush off the skills possessed by the employees, either in terms of digital skills or soft skills or interpersonal skills. So since the advancement in the technology nowadays has made everything being digitalized, so these courses which offers digital skills can function to brush off the digital skills possessed by the employees. Thus, they can be considered to be employed by the companies which require employees with highly skilled, digitally skilled employers. Okay. Besides, government can also organize motivational courses because most of the graduates nowadays they tend to take long breaks after the long years of studying. So these motivational courses can push the graduates to get into the job hunt right away instead of taking the long break. While it is important to refresh oneself in terms of physically and mentally, but it is also important to get into the business right away in order to ensure there are vacancies in the job positions in company. These motivational courses can also enlighten the graduates on the importance of possessing the aforementioned fundamental skills so that they can be considered to be employed by the companies. Besides, graduates nowadays are having high expectations on their salaries, and the expectations are far more fetched than the actual salaries offered by the companies. So, in this case, graduates themselves have to change their mindset and have to come into terms with the salaries offered by the companies. They have to try accepting and try different courses and try to expand their range of skills so that they can have more chances of being accepted by the companies. And that's all from me. Thank you.
Okay, Krishna, your points are very convincing. Okay, be ready because you are going to ask a few questions.
Yeah.
I'm not sure whether a few or only one. Okay,
Sure.
let's see
Sure.
how the judges will go with. They are going to ask you some questions. Okay, let's hear from them. Mr. Ezra, Mr.
Yes.
Isham, or Madam Fatina, any questions?
Okay. I have a question for Krishna. You can hear me?
Yes, I can.
Okay. In one of your point, you were saying about digitalized employment. So can you explain more about this digitalization of employment and or jobs?
Okay, so nowadays everything has been digitalized. What I am implementing is that all the works we are required to use the computers to get done with our work. So in terms of what taking into account the attendance of the employees or taking into account all the finances that are companies' finances, all everything is everything are being managed using computers. So one has to be a proficient digital user so that they are able to manage everything efficiently without undergoing any issues. Yeah, that's all.
Okay, that's all from me.
Yeah.
Okay, Pamastura.
Mr. Isham, one more
Yeah.
question?
No. I think
Okay.
that's all. One question.
Okay, Krishna. Thank you, and we will meet up again after this for the next section.
Okay, welcome.
Okay, so okay, thank you, Krishna.
Click raise hand so that I know it's you. Okay. Click the raise hands. Yes, Diana. All right. Okay, the five of you. Okay, the judges have chosen one particular topic that is quite interesting and quite challenging for us and perhaps for you. You will be given 3 minutes to prepare the points, at least 3 points. Okay? So 3 minutes will be given to you, 3 silent time, 3 minutes silent time for you to prepare at least 3 points before we start our discussion. Now, the topic is science, technology, and innovation. Is Malaysia's educational syllabus support the making of future creative, innovative, and technology-savvy citizens? I repeat, is Malaysia's education syllabus support the making of future creative, innovative, and technology-savvy citizens? Clear? Clear? Okay. You will be
Yes.
given 3 minutes of silent time, means 3 minutes to prepare at least 3 points. The time starts now. Okay, time's up, everyone. Christina, Hartini, Krishna, Nordiana, and Savinesh. This is called an open discussion. Okay, an open discussion. That means all of you, the 5 of you, may start whenever you want to, or whomever to start first. You are allowed to interrupt by asking questions politely, and once if you ask questions, the other participant must answer the questions. So if you have question, you must say the name. For example, like Christina, I have a question for you, and you give the questions, and Krishna must answer the question. Okay. So try to be an open as possible. This is an open discussion again. So I would like to have a volunteer for the first speaker. Anyone? Okay, Sabinesh would volunteer the first. Just to tell you, there is no marks, Sabinesh. It's just to start the discussion. Okay. The question is from me: is Malaysia's education syllabus support the making of future creative, innovative, and technology savvy citizens? After you, Savinesh.
Should I start, sir? Okay, so I think, in my opinion, yes, our country is supporting to produce creative and innovation students on science. Okay, the first reason is because our education of ministry is implementing high order science stream subject skills, whereby it was verified by a IUPAC. For an instance, by this, the students can get to know regarding an correct term and correct information of an science subject. For example, they can get to know regarding the chemistry quantities, which was verified by the IUPAC. So by this, when they are becoming elder and they are being an scientist, for example, they could use an correct form of symbols and units. So I think, by this we can produce best citizens and younger citizens who are very good in innovations and creating new inventions. That's is my opinion, sir. Thank you.
And Savinesh, I have a question for you. And how does science stream create a technology savvy students? I would like to hear from your opinion. Or do you want me to elaborate my point first? If you want to, can I elaborate my point first, and then maybe you can disagree with my points or anything. Can I start with my point first?
Yes, of course. Actually, you're asking me, right? Sorry, I can't hear you clearly.
Yeah.
Yes,
So sorry, but okay, never mind. I will elaborate my point first, and then I will ask you the questions that I want to ask. So in Malaysia, the subject design and technology related to artificial intelligence and computer programming has been introduced to primary school students ever since they were 9 or 10. And not just that, they have also been introduced, they have also been taught the algorithm on how to develop both simple and more complicated computer programs. And as for secondary school students, they were taught the coding through basic computer science and also computer science. And not just that, the ministry has been cooperating with the Malaysian Digital Economy Corporation to train lecturers at the Institute of Teacher Education. And this is because the ministry has aimed to train about 500 teachers and provide them with adequate coding skills. So it is clear that Malaysia is trying their best and working hard to create an educational environment conducive for tech learning. And yeah, now that with the MCO and everything, I think it is a blessings in disguise for teachers to learn the technology. And going back to my question for Mr. Savinesh, if I'm not mistaken, your name, and I wanted to ask you, how does learning chemistry and physics help to create technology savvy students? Yeah.
Okay, thank you for your question, Christina. Okay, in my opinion, you know why? Because we are teaching them the real content on how we can produce an chemistry solution. For an example, we are teaching them how to produce an chemistry solution which was safe for every usage. It's one. And apart from that, when we are taking a look at physics, for example, our government, we are explaining each one of the steps. We are teaching to the students indirectly how we could create an innovations, whereby these innovations could whereby the knowledge that they get from their syllabus, they could implement in when they want to invent something. So I think, by this, we can produce the best citizens and best citizen in science, for example. I hope I had answered your question.
Answer.
Thank you.
And now moving on with other team members to elaborate their point.
Okay, I
Yes.
would like. Okay.
I go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay, I would like to talk about my point first. So, in my opinion, Malaysian education system have also started to integrate STEM, or which is science, technology, engineering, and maths, into the Malaysian education system. So, this integration is very important in terms of giving rise to a critical thinking. I mean, students who are able to think critically, whereby they can reason, rationalize, or can come up with solutions to certain problems. So various competitions on the STEM concepts have been conducted via physically or via online. For example, there are website designing workshops, programming workshops, and what else? Like Dapur Solar or anything else regarding the relating to science or technology or engineering or maths. So these competitions definitely helps to give rise to students who are STEM literate and are able to understand and solve the problems by applying the STEM concepts. Yeah, that's all from me. Thank you.
Um, can I ask you a question, Krishna?
Yes, you can.
Okay, Krishna, actually, our government is keep on promoting and we are enlarging the scope of STEAM, right? The scope of STEAM subjects right now. We are doing a lot of new inventions on science stream subjects. Okay, do you agree? We are focusing on programming, whereby the focusing on programming could give a good impact to our country beyond science, beyond our pure science stream subjects.
Can you repeat again? I'm sorry, I couldn't
Okay,
get it.
Krishna, it's okay. Actually, our government we are focusing a lot into the new inventions in science stream subjects. Especially, they are focusing a lot in programming and coding parts. Do you get me? Okay,
Yes.
so do you agree that when we are focusing a lot on coding and programming on science computer for most, is it can help us to increase our nation's achievement on science or inventions such as on bio inventions or bio on creating some new surgeries, for example, by the development of science computer subjects?
Yes, I agree with you because when we are using this programming language, we are actually making everything easier in terms of like the procedures or every surgery. With the help of technology, we are making the surgeries, the process of surgery more easier. So, yes, I agree with you.
Thank you, Krishna.
So I would like to elaborate. I would like to go next to elaborate my point. And in my opinion, yes, of course, I agree that Malaysia's education system will Malaysia education system support the making of future innovative and creative youngsters. And like as we can see, like um, like previously, they we have mentioned about STEM and coding, and other than that, they're also in the classroom learning where we apply the use of technology, and there's also projects and assignments where the students are required to make inventions with their own idea, or maybe they also required to elaborate more about the Malaysians technology nowadays. And there's also a competition where students are competing to like competing to with their innovations and their new ideas. Like as we can see, there's competition like robotics and new innovation. And of course, that's just strengthen my point that the Malaysian education system support the making of creative and innovative youngsters. I guess that's all from me.
Could we have Hartini with a point of view towards this issue, please?
Yes. Kartini?
So yes, I think Malaysia education syllabus is supporting the making of future creative, innovative and technology savvy citizens. How? In my opinion, there is as HOTS questions. HOT stands for high order questions. HOTS require broad and deep thinking to solving a problem like a routine problems. Like in maths, we have like in every subject we have the HOTS questions that require us to think very deeply to answer that question. And HOTS is very important, informing students to always think, not just to not to always think, not just only solving problems. And also, HOTS is important, and also critical thinking skills is very important to students. To and critical skills is very important to students, so they can generate new reasonable idea. That's from me. Thank you.
Okay, any question for Hartini or for Nordiana? Fellow participants, any questions for both of them?
No.
No?
Can I add my point?
Oh, sure. Go ahead.
So in addition, there's also project-based learning, or also known as PBL, have been integrated to our textbooks, which require students to experience hands-on learning, meaning they would have to actively engage themselves throughout the project by either researching and finding out the information related to the project. And instead of just listening to what the teacher is talking in the traditional classroom. So when they're doing so, they are actually creating knowledge instead of just reading and memorizing as they usually will do. So when they are creating knowledge, it definitely generates creativity inside of them. So that's all. That's
Okay, judges, if you have questions, we can oppose for the participants. Okay. Anyone would like to add their point of view? No? No? Okay. I have a question. I have a question for all of you. We'll start with Savinesh. Yeah? Okay, Savinesh. In order for us to be technological savvy citizens, give me one point that you can provide so that we can become a very innovative and creative citizens. One point.
I think we can become an innovative citizen by we can do a lot of natural protecting activities. For example, we can do recycling for most, so that we could save our environment. At the same time, we could increase our technology in our country, because by a lot of citizens are doing recycling, our country will keen to produce more recycling type of technological devices or instruments. So that's my point. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Savinesh. Nur Hidayah, one point from you. Nordiana.
Oh, yes. And for me to create more savvy technology citizens, we can encourage the students to more participate in science competition, and they can also participate with trip to the museum and others, like to Pusat Sains Negara, to watch the innovations there, and so that they can be more comfortable with the technology, so that they can come up with their own idea in the future. That's all for me. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Next is Christina.
Yes.
1 point from you.
I'm so sorry, but can you please repeat your question?
Okay, my question is how well or how can we become a technological savvy citizens in your opinion? 1 point.
So, how can we become a tech-savvy citizens in our country? There are actually so many ways that we can do this, from the easiest to the hardest. So, like, firstly, to become a tech-savvy person or citizen, you can volunteer and learn from people who have experience. And secondly, you can search up how-to videos online. Like, because right now everything is highly accessible, and it is up to us if you really want to become a savvy citizens or not. Yeah, that's all from me.
Okay, thank you. Krishna, you're up.
In my opinion, students can engage themselves in digital tools. Like, for example, the Dilemma program, which has been introduced by the Ministry of Education, which offers various services. For example, we have Google Classroom, quizzes, or Quizlet. So the students can make use of these services, and hence they can be able to brush off their digital skills, and they can also what else? Yeah, that's all from me, I guess.
Okay, thank you. Last but not least, from Nur Hartini, 1 point.
I think we can join like a science computers such as the car or making stove solar. That can help all the students and the citizens to be a technology citizen. That's all from me.
Okay. All right. Last but not least, no, I think this is the last. We have come to a 15 minutes time frame. So this is last request from the judges, or especially for me. Um, we are going to face our Independence Day coming soon, right? So I want you to wish the Malaysian about Independence Day. I want you to wish to all Malaysian any wish. What do you wish for Malaysia in 2021? Okay, so I'll start with Christina.
Do you want me to wish Independence Day
Yes,
to all
wish
Malaysians?
independence to all Malaysians. Yes.
Yeah. To my dear Malaysian citizens and my fellow friends from Malaysia, I would like to wish a happy Independence Day. Stay safe and please take care of yourself, because you know it's really kita jaga kita right now, right? We can't have put our hopes on. I don't want to say, let's not include any political here, but I really wish that we will heal, we will get better, and yeah, I think, yeah, let's hope for the best and happy Independence Day.
Thank you, Christina. Next, Nur Hartini, your wish.
So first of all, I want to say Happy Independence Day, and I wish that all of us as Malaysians love our country, always take care of each other as a unity in Malaysia, and just love our country and take care of yourself in this pandemic. That's all. Thank you.
Thank you, Hartini. Next, Nordiana.
Yes. So to every Malaysians out there, I want to wish a happy Independence Day to everyone, and I very hope that one day everything will become normal, just like before the pandemic, and we can see each other and celebrate Independence Day like we used to. And also very hope that our country will become a better country in the future. And I just hope that this pandemic will end very soon. That's all from me. Happy Independence Day.
Thank you, Nordiana. Krishna?
In conjunction with this Independence Day, I wish that Malaysians would keep conserving the unity and harmony in our country, at the same time staying at home for everyone's safety and to curb the spread of this virus. So that's all from me. Happy Independence Day.
All right, our last participant, Savinesh.
Happy Independence Day to all the citizens to Malaysia. I just hope that we could be a better country after this, and of course, I just hope that our country could place an extraordinary victory on the coming Olympic Games or anything else, because this is one of our wishes to when each time we are celebrating the Independence Day. So just stay safe and follow the SOPs. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, participants. Okay, Pran Mastura, I give the floor to you. Thank you, everyone, for
Thank you
your
very much, everyone. You have done a
fantastic
good job.
open discussion. Yeah, I had fun listening to all of you.
Okay, Christina, Krishna, Nordiana, Hartini, and also Savinej. Congratulations for today's session. You guys did awesome. You guys are great. And before we end up the session for today, we would like to hear some words and perhaps some comments from the judges about your performance for today. So over to you, judges.
Isham, can you do me the honor?
Okay, thank you very much,
Thank
Puan
you.
Masura. Okay, first thing first, I would like to congratulate all of you, okay, all the participants, because you have made it so far till to this stage. So regardless whether you're going to win or lose, it doesn't matter, because you're considered a winner yourself. Okay, you should be proud of yourself. And from my observation just now, all of you have came up with your own point of ideas, which is very fruitful and which is very beneficial to all of you. You did give us like some suggestions, some ideas which we can use, which we can practice it later on in the future, inshallah. And maybe a few, well, because there are only few of you, okay, there are one or two of you, you might be a bit nervous, but it's okay, it's normal situation, especially when we are facing all the audience like this, but it doesn't matter, but it's okay, you have done your very best and you should be proud of yourself, and hats off to all of you contestants. Okay, thank you very much once again. Okay, Ton, anything that you want to say?
Yes. I would like to say that you guys have done fantastic effort. It's really good to see that you can communicate very well, communicate briefly, give points, and in doing so, you still do it with manners and cooperate with each other. I'm very proud to
I
see
agree with you.
all of you doing that. Okay, and congratulations for making it to this level. Okay, all the best.
Oh, one more thing. Congratulations to your teachers too. Sorry,
Teachers
because
also,
I'm
yes.
hearing you
Yes,
all this
thank
while.
you,
Yeah, thank you
and
for
congrats to
teachers.
your teachers for
Send our most
your
regards to all of them, your teachers. Yeah.
for your excellent preparation. And I'm giving you only 1 point. This is my advice. If you want to put your idea in order, you just imagine 3 steps. One idea, elaboration, examples, and conclusions. So when you imagine the structure of your speech, you can deliver it better. Okay, so try to imagine your structure. You have one idea. So one idea, you put it in one sentence, and next step is you put some elaboration, 1 or 3 more sentences, and the third one is example, and the last one will be the conclusion. So if you put your speech in structural way, the judges will understand that you really know how well you are in displaying your speech and in commencing your speech. Okay, next time try to imagine the structure of your speech before you go further up. Okay, that is one of the basic idea I'm giving you. So far all of you did well. A little bit nervous here and there is okay. It's common. Congratulations everyone. I hope I can see you again, perhaps next year for this competition. Okay, take care, everyone. Back to you, Puan Mastura.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Ezra, Mr. Isham, and also to Madam Tunuru Patina. Okay, with that, with all the comments and advice from the judges, we had already come to the end of the session. Okay, so
Okay.
Tina, Krishna, Dodiana, Hartini, and Sabinesh, we would like to wish you good luck, and perhaps we can meet in any events out there later in the future, perhaps. Okay, and don't stop. Brush up your talents. Don't stop here. You have still way more events out there. You still have more, tournaments and events out there. So always take part, and all the best to you. Okay. So I think we will end up the session now. And
Okay,
see you
thank you,
again. Okay,
everyone.
see you
Okay,
again soon.
everyone.
Okay, take
Okay,
care,
thank
stay
you.
Good
safe.
lessons.
Okay,
Participation
okay.
students.
Thank you so much.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you.